and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. I am your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me as always are Laurie. I mixed up your name and your character's name there.
We're so similar, it's understandable.
So, where we last left off, the party dealt with Dread Magister Kira Embren not just once, but twice. The first time in her standard day-to-day armor that still towered above even Newman. The second time, after disabling her primary armor, in the colossal vessel, which gave them quite the walloping as a group, but they were able to come out on top in the end, with Ross dealing the killing blow, disintegrating the colossal vessel and causing the brain to fall from a great height and splat on the ground. Shutting down the automata that were in the room, seemingly psychically linked in some way, shape or form to Kira. So, in the aftermath, what would people like to do?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh my god, that's so gross.
Ooh, well, that was great.
sorry.
He like spits of brain off his face.
Is it dead?
Yeah, pretty sure. Newman, you got the big brain that's not splattered all over the room. What do you think? What's your executive decision?
Everything looks good. Looks like the other robot shut down. But also, we've dealt with big brains before. I find this one to actually be a lot less gross than the other one. But then again, I was drowning in brain fluid last time. So, maybe that is a little biased and subjective.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
He's like floating down this entire time, by the way.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Oh boy.
Sorry, Bertie. I wasn't Oh, there's so much ash. There's so much goop. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
job.
the combination of the brain goop and the ash from the giant metal automaton that it was housing is making a sort of weird metallic paste.
Ooh. Shiny and chrome. Excellent. Fantastic. But he's like, after a beat, he's like, pretty sure they're all dead on you, so that's good.
It is, it was hard when they weren't moving, sometimes. I have to sense off, magic alone, which, when in battle, is hard.
Yeah, no, you did a good job. Everyone did a really good job. You should all feel proud of yourselves.
Newman's going to go up and have a look at everyone and tend to wounds and such. Who's the most hurt? Because he'll go.
Anne is on half health, but I don't know what everyone else was at.
Ross is fine. Bertie went down.
Bertie's under a quarter of his health.
True,
he looks beat to shit.
Yeah.
I think you're at about
got like
six.
bruises just like flowing up all over his body.
Yeah. Newman's a little worried that he's not healing himself as well. So he'll go up to you and he'll cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level, if you can. So that is... Let's have a look here. You get 14, you get, I believe that's 21 points of healing.
Thank you. I am now up to a quarter. Thank you very much.
All good.
Betty kind of just like taps him on the shoulder. He's like, thanks. Well, he doesn't tap Newman on the shoulder because Newman is very tall.
Oh,
He just,
also,
taps him on the hand.
Newman's fucking ripped at the moment. Like, he is like disgustingly ripped. He still is under the effects of.
Oh, he took the potion.
Yeah, of I believe it was a stone giant. I can't quite remember. Hang on, let me have a look. But yeah, some form of like strength enhancing potion. So he's like rippling, like actually rippling.
So Bertie like
muscles.
reaches up to pat him and he looks up at him. He's like, "Oh, thank you."
It's storm giant strength.
Storm giant strength. So yeah.
You've have you been working out? I don't remember you looking like.
Oh no, not another one.
I took a potion. I was trying to take every advantage I could get, and I was trying to rip open the panel that housed the brain, but to no success, unfortunately. That robot was very durable, so.
Yeah, no,
props
it
to
kept
them.
slapping me around, so I can get that.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do, I guess.
Even with the advantage of me being out of sight and having all of those extra turns in safety, I feel like that they really gave us a run for our money, and I kind of feel like I should have been there instead of trying to take on this little extra. I was really hoping I could end the fight before it started, kind of situation. So
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm pretty sure we all figured that's why you went sneaking off first, and yeah, no, that makes sense. You did a good job.
I trust you guys enough to look after each other, and I was fairly confident that I could get away unscathed as well if things got bad. So,
Well, it's lucky that you weren't scathed. And in fact,
no, I didn't get touched.
yeah, no, I mean, he looks Newman up and down, very up and very down. Like you, it's a good look. Yep.
I took one of those laser beams. I don't know what they were, but yeah, they were definitely one of the most formidable things there. And I think I got whacked around a little bit as well, but really it was nothing.
It lasts for an hour.
As he flexes.
This potion lasts for an hour.
But he looks somewhat concerned. He's just like,
He's like this really weird mix of like, he's very toned, but also you can tell his body is also very dexterous still. So it's like this weird amalgamation of the two.
He's too long. He's too long.
It's giant persona. It's like one of those personas where like the muscles are like really defined all the time. Which is just, oh boy.
What's the statue guy doing? He shut down, but like did he crumble or did he just
just shut down?
All right.
Also, Sam is going to go up to Ross and just quietly say to you, should I dispel that just for Bertie's sake?
As you're doing that, Newman's picking
That's
up
a
that
question
robot,
you
by the
should
way.
be asking.
But I feel like I know Newman's answer would be an oblivious no.
No. Ask
But I feel like his answer would be an egregiously horny no.
Samuel Visk? Bertie is a taken man.
I would like, this is just an open statement to the room. I would like everyone within the room to remember that while I may be hard of seeing, I am very much not hard of hearing and do not wish to be an unwilling participant in certain conversations. Just no reason, just a general statement there. I'm going to search the goop. And she will do that.
Okay.
I might be able to. Okay. As all this is like quietly happening in the background, Ross just looks really grossed out by the fact that we're all like, her and Bertie are covered in goop, and because it was a colossus that disintegrated, we're all covered in ash. So she kind of sighs a little bit, and she pulls out a little wand from her little thigh bag. A little wand of wonder, you could say. And she goes, please, wish there was less goop on us. And she what
Oh, you're going robot.
happens?
You're lagging big time, though.
Yell.
I think
In this, the most exciting moment of this
Yeah.
episode.
Prestidigitation, is that what you used?
No.
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 Wish.
Wish.
From the wand of wonder.
Oh my god.
You know what? Roll me a d6.
Do I have to repeat what I said because I went robot, or?
Key things were there, so I'll just.
On the D6, Mr. DM, that is a 5.
5. Okay. Just a wisp of smoke emits from the end of the wand.
Alright. So, a wisp of smoke emits from the wand of wonder, and nothing else happens. And Ross looks around a bit and she starts tapping it against her hand, like, hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? What?
Just more and more of this, like, wisp of. Is it smoke? Is it steam? Is it dust? You don't know. But just more and more of it
She
just
shakes the
wisps
wand as hard
out
as
of
she
the
can.
wand. And more of it just wisps out at the end.
Bertie pries his eyes away from a creepily buff Newman in both a mixture of like, and also it's uncomfortable. And looks over at Ross and he's like, oh yeah, some of my wands do that too. You might need to like clean it out or like get it taken to a shop and get it repaired or something. Maybe like recharged. I don't know. It might, yeah. Don't usually smoke though, but like I guess that was a joke.
Yeah, that's...
cool.
Maybe try a different one. I only got a 23 for investigation of the goop, by the way.
Okay. You find in there like there were bits and pieces of like, they're not massively valued, but bits and pieces of like precious gems that survived
Tech
the
shit?
disintegration.
Like all tech shit.
Yeah, bits of that as well. Although that's nothing particularly salvageable except for like bits and pieces of precious gems.
Newman does some goop gems for your inventions, if you want.
Thank you. I'll be there in just a second. As he flips or attempts to pick up and flip the robot in front of him upside down, and
Is
tries
this the
to
animated
shake
armor or the
the
type?
animated armor?
Yeah,
to
cool,
flip
cool,
it
cool.
upside down, bully style, by the legs, trying to like make all the loose change fall out.
There is nothing inside of it. And also, your passive investigation is high enough, Newman, that and this is your area of expertise. You can see there are some kind of additional. There's a bit of additional cog work, at the various and sundry joints of the armor, similar to those of your own armor, but nowhere near as elaborate. But the armor itself is hollow. Again, just like your own armor.
He'll put it down, and he'll make his way over to what Anya found and take those, and then he's going to go to the medium-sized robot, and will just pick up bits of its limbs and stuff and investigate that one. If he can, he'll pick it up, but he feels like it might be a bit much.
Yeah, no, it is a huge-sized creature. Yeah, you'd be able to drag it easily with your 29 strength. It has... there are a lot of components to this one that you could possibly, give it enough time, harvest and hack out and repurpose into something. You don't know... It might take... You could, in theory, also... You could, in theory, also sort of patch it up and re-enchant it yourself, given enough time. But that's probably in the order of probably weeks rather than days.
Yeah. Oh well, he might break it open and allow easy access to our collection crew that we may or may not send there later. He's got to use this hour doing something, so he doesn't necessarily want to let it go to waste because that potion is very expensive.
Yep. Okay.
And then he'll go. Does anyone else need any help, or maybe now might be a good time to just take a short breather and then we'll get out of here, unless there's anything else we need to do here.
If you're looking for an excuse to take advantage of the strength from the potion,
yes,
you're more than welcome to carry me out, so I don't have to walk.
I can do that.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to leave just in case someone is coming in response to that gem.
Ooh.
In the office.
Newman looks around the room real quick for a flashing gem.
Yeah. Yeah, there are this is the main workshop. There are several.
We've also been spotted several times.
Yes.
And then just destroyed the gems. Anya, she goes over to Newman, and instead of letting him pick her up, she reaches out for his hand, and when he offers it, she kind of uses that as leverage to swing herself up onto his shoulder. So she's sitting up on his shoulder, some form of trapeze artist, when you see the strong men that are holding the the people on their shoulder, that sort of thing.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Newman does that, and he also walks over to the animated armor or de-animated armor and just picks that up underneath his shoulder and goes to find the others and is ready to go.
Watch the door frames, because I will not be able to see them. And
I can probably just make the door frames bigger at this point, I'll be honest.
What?
Newman makes the door frame bigger by kicking.
That doesn't help up here. I am also tall, Newman.
Newman is flexible and tall. He can kick the top of the doorway.
I mean,
Anya's on his shoulder. She's yelling.
I mean,
how is that?
Roll.
That's terrifying.
He just does the splits. The torso doesn't move.
Anya's dexterous. It's alright.
I was going to say roll me an acrobatics check, and then saw your modifier is 18. Yeah.
Oh,
she can probably maneuver.
I'm talking about Newman for that lie kick to the door frame. But Your
Humans
modifier
gone
is
mad with
18.
buff power.
He's
so just
disgusting.
roll
He's
me an
a
roll me an
jock nerd now.
unarmed attack against the against the door frame.
I also have. Can that be a claws attack as well?
No, because your claws are in your hands, which are currently occupied.
And
Cats
my
have
feet?
claws on their feet. Cats have claws on their feet, and
Yeah.
Jake specifically said he's a cat, not in boots.
Yeah.
Except for he's in the armor, which
Yeah,
has foot plating.
On the top of his feet.
I'm so glad this is what we choose to be pedantic about in this D&D. This is really...
We know what the fans want.
Yeah.
Hang on. Give me.
It's Newman's
How
little
will
peach-
our...
his peach claws? Come on.
Yeah. How can our hot, furry cat man
You know what?
kick the
You know
top
what?
of a door?
If you want to attack with disadvantage, I'll let you use the claws as the armor uses a bit of
The
its
angle
magic
is
to.
claws.
The only reason why I was asking is because I don't see an option for an unarmed strike in D&D
It's the
Beyond.
same. It's the same to hit. You just don't get the D4. It's just a flat 1 plus strength bonus, which with the potion at the moment is a 9. So
Is
total
that
of
on
10.
strikes not in your actions?
Because it's
Should be
replaced
right down
by
the bottom.
claws.
Because
Ah.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's a tabaxi.
No, I want this to work. I feel like a hit is more important than the damage at the moment. So, cool. To hit is just a. Let's do it again. It's a dirty 20.
dirty 20. So that will hit.
And then it's a +5. Did you say?
No, plus 9
+9.
because your strength is 29 at the moment. So it's 1 plus 9 because an unarmed strike is typically just 1 plus strength modifier. So it's 10 damage,
10. Yeah.
which
Was this door frame load bearing?
We'll find out, I guess.
You know what? It's enough to kind of widen out the door frame a bit. It's not load bearing, no.
Cool. Newman keeps on walking through after the kick and will squat if need be.
Thank you. I don't know what to say in response to that, actually.
Anyways, we should probably get going, guys. He will also remember the fact that when he walks out, it may also be anti-gravity, so he will get ready.
You are actually at the physical top, gravity bottom where you are.
So we can walk straight out
At
and
the
not
work-
die?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, hang on. Let me just check something. Real quick. How long does this last?
The potion.
An hour.
10 minutes. And then Newman just flies to the next door.
It's like just Superman at this
Oh,
point.
right.
It's terrifying.
This is so much easier for us.
This also looks really weird because, like you said, you're like standing, or like
No,
or
she's
like-
sitting,
like,
but
yeah.
on his shoulder. So, like, imagine on me, like, her butt would be there, her legs down there.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Like-
that.
Yeah, Newman isn't taking any flying stance though, so really it just looks like we're just like levitating up to the doorway.
Goofy magic trick bullshit.
Yeah. So Sam's gonna say to you, Bertie. So you can still fly.
Yeah, I can.
All right.
He kind of like flexes the mechanical wings he has from his armor.
Unless
He's kind
you
of like,
have.
while this was going on, he's made himself quite small. He's just been sitting with a shield. And he has healed himself with cure wounds, which I will burn now for 27 points of healing.
Not too.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Over the earrings, Newman will ask, Sam, are you able to cloak us again by any chance? Do you have a spell slot available?
That
Are you able to
is-
do that with your magic at the moment?
I can. I do have some higher level slots available.
I'm just
It's
about to
high-
send Zoot down.
Oh, I think we can all get up collectively. I
I'm
don't
talking
know
about
if
getting
you...
out. Because I don't particularly want to fight those statues again. But then again, maybe they're inactive. The ones that are around the teleportation circle that we
That's
left
right,
there.
they're still there.
So where are we going? Out the front or through teleportation circle?
I'm gonna go check the teleportation circle. And I guess Newman just flies up. Now, I can't remember how we closed this door. I believe it was just tied with rope.
Anya closed it with a rope and then like pulled the rope back down. So it's openable. Like it's
But I believe you also shattered the room, basically.
Oh, yeah.
She did do that, yes.
Yes.
Oh, well. Newman will fly up to the door anyways and just,
Yeah.
pull the doors open. What does he see? With
You
one
see,
hand, I guess. 'cause
You
he's
see
holding
the
animated
automata are smashed to pieces on the ground
and the
from all the
teleportation
disintegrated
circle.
rubble. The teleportation circle is a little, a little rough, and quite covered by bits of rubble, but it should work if you can uncover it.
The teleportation circle seems safe and intact, so we can use that if need be.
All right. Now,
Oh, I'm
unless
glad that actually worked.
Yeah, good idea, Anya.
Thanks, Newman.
do you have anything to get up there, Ross?
Oh, I can fly.
Okay.
Bertie, just quickly, and Ross will go over to him, and she is also trying to make herself small so as to not be obtrusive to him at the moment. And she just she looks like there's a lot she wants to say, and she just doesn't quite know how to say it. So she just reaches out and very gently puts a hand on his shoulder and will prestidigitation the goop off his face and chest, and just be like, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for that back there. Wasn't careful enough. So thank you.
I can understand it.
Yeah. It's fine though. It'll be good.
Yeah.
And while he's responding to that, he's gonna use a charge of sending from his earrings to Sam. Because I think he has one left. And he'll just be like, Sam, what do you have a plan to make Ross fly? Because if it's romantic, I'll tell her to accept that instead.
Not so much fly, but I do have Dimension Door, which I can take someone with me.
Alright. But he's just I guess. He just shrugs. So then in response, he's like, it'll be okay. By the way, Ross,
Yes?
I think maybe you should save your spell slot. Maybe you should get your boy to do a bit more work for you. And he looks over at Sam.
Ross looks just very white. She looks very young in that moment, actually. Like you've caught a teen with her first boyfriend, holding hands, and she's just yeah, no, yeah,
It's a bonding thing. It's okay. And he winks at her.
I'll do that. Thank you, Bertie.
Okay.
This nods. He's like, good. Well, We'll go find out where Newman and Anya got to.
Yeah.
And then
See
he
what
stands
they're-
up and kind of stretches his wings out and will stride out.
She gives him a little kiss on his goopless head before he walks away. And then she'll
Like
be
flicks
like,
an ear in like her direction as like a acknowledgement thing. Walks
Yeah.
out to fly.
and then she'll be like, actually, Sam. Actually, if I... Oh, yeah, okay. I used the charge of fly on my tambourine, so I actually can't use it. Actually, Sam! But she, like, forgets that she's done that, and she's like, no, I'm doing what Bertie said. I'm gonna be... This is romance, baby. So Bertie will 100% hear this. Anya will probably hear this, because it's Anya, and her ears are superhuman. But even though she's, like, meters and meters away, they'll hear Ross be like, actually, Sam, my tambourine's all out of fly today. You might have to help me. And then she just cringes at herself a little bit, but trying not to.
Roll me an insight check.
Yep. Actually, no, I'll use my bard dice.
You know what? I'll give you advantage with this one. Because it's to read Sam.
Okay, cool. Insight?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you can see that Sam is like struggling to hold in a chuckle from your cringing.
Just shut up, okay? I'm trying to be cute. Get out. Let's get out of here.
And he raises up a hand, creating a rift, a dimension door as he does so. He steps through before holding a hand out to take yours, to offer it through.
Ross does a little bit blush looking at Sam in the light of Dimension Door and not having it be over Drakar's corpse, and takes his hand and steps through.
And he leads you through, and as the two of you step through, the Dimension Door closes, and you are in the teleportation circle room with Newman and Anya. Which, Newman, you saw this, and Anya, you very much got the magical signal from it.
We can go if you two want some, like we can just go back down to Bertie. Or are we done flirting? And
Anya! Using a casting of sending on the earrings, Ross just goes, shut up!
Also, Anya is very much looking down upon you right now from great.
Yeah, from a massive height, like the tallest she's
10
ever.
feet up in the
She's
air.
6 feet tall herself, so like, yeah. Without using like the reply to sending, she says this completely out loud. She's like, "What? I thought you wanted us to tease you more about Sam."
What?
Bertie, are you Bertie? Ross like runs to the door. And is
But at this point, Bertie like lands outside. It's like, what's going on? What's going on?
So, Sam
to
says
go.
it. Yeah, Sam says in a way that's like, try to move on from this awkwardness as quickly as possible. We're not necessarily going to be able to get back to where we were through this teleportation circle, because we came through the spell, not through a permanent circle. But we can use this to get to one of the other locations that have a circle. I am going to pitch Zat's place, because that is probably going to be a bit less guarded at the moment, considering it is unoccupied. Plus the benefit of I know that place inside and out, having been on Zat's personal guard.
But he raises his eyebrows and then very quickly tries to school his expression. He's like, I think that's a good idea.
Anya kind of freezes up a little bit at that. It's probably not super discernible to anyone other than Newman, who probably feels her tense a little bit on his shoulder. But then she kind of nods and she's like, if that's the safest option, then yes.
Don't worry, it will be a quick path out from the teleportation circle.
That sounds good.
In fact, it's if memory serves, it's actually in the entrance hall, which is nice and easy.
Even easier. And if nothing else, we've got absurdly muscly Newman here with us, so it'll be fine.
You know it.
He gestures up at Newman.
So, I know the sigil. I'll get us there, then I'll cast the seeming so that we can depart as subtly as possible.
Do we want Zoot? I feel like that's the best mode of transport.
Maybe once we're there, we decide.
Yeah, I could go in
Because if we
invisibility.
summon Zoot now, maybe a little less subtle if there is risk.
I could, yeah,
Just don't
I
want
could
him
go
to
in.
recast it, is all, just for Zoot's sake. So,
Is he already a dragon? Why is he already a dragon?
he's not already a dragon, it's the thing that makes us hidden. I believe if we were to be hidden and then summon Zoot, then he would have to then recast the hidden thing on Zoot. So if we're going to become unseen, then Newman believes that we should have Zoot out already before they cast a spell.
Well, I think we don't have seeming cast yet. We're going to wait till we get to South
Yes.
Space. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna
yeah.
teleport first, then
But
seeming,
if-
so we can
Just give
summon
me the
seeming.
signal.
But as Sam was saying, like if you're going to be flying via Zoot, rather than seeming, he'll go a high level invisibility that just gets everyone in it.
I believe that'd be the way to go.
He still has the high level slots left.
More options.
Yes. All right.
All right, let's do it, babe.
So cast the
Bertie
teleportation.
raises his eyebrows.
Anya snorts.
Cast the teleportation sigil, and suddenly, yeah, you're all in an unfamiliar entrance hall, standing atop a massive arcane circle. And Sam says,
Any
"All
flashing
right,
gems?
roll me.
Is there
perception
anything
check.
about? Can Anya hear anyone, any movement around the place? I guess that's what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
You cannot.
Which I am rolling a perception for,
okay.
by the way.
Yeah. What is the result?
27.
27. So you cannot, and you're reasonably confident that's because there is nothing to hear.
Okay.
Newman rolled a 14.
14. You don't see any sort of security gems around.
Yep.
I can't hear any movement. I think it might be okay. And when after this, Anya actually casts her cantrip message to Sam, and in the message she just says, "Hi, sorry to intrude privately, but I just need to know, did they keep Rook here somewhere?"
They did. Yes.
she kind of, on Newman's shoulder, she tenses again, and she kind of squeezes his arm to let her down. And once she does, she kind of looks to the others and she's like, I know time is of the essence. Do we mind if I make a short 10-minute detour? And then she turns to Sam and she's like, I want to see.
Boss.
I need to see where they kept her. And she pulls her contacts out and puts them in.
Okay. Yeah, he leads you downstairs to the dungeons. You can see as you get closer to where Rook was kept, you can see the aftermath of a struggle that took place a little over a year ago. The dust has settled over it, but as this place has been long abandoned, it has not been entirely dealt with. They are guards, mostly, and you see scorch marks on them as if they were slain, at least in part, by intense flames. He says, these were the guards that we had to fight through when we escaped.
Can I have a moment alone, please?
Of course. That door just there is was her cell. I'll be up with the others when you're ready.
Sam?
Yes, Anya.
Do you have need for this place anymore?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Take your time if you need it. And he walks back up to rejoin the others.
Anya's, she's very quiet for a moment. And she's just sort of, her eyes are searching the cell, just looking over and quietly assessing everything that's there, just taking it in for a moment. And then after a beat, she walks into the cell, puts her hand to the ground, and she casts Shadow. And then once she's done that on the ground, she goes to the wall of the cell and she casts Shadow again. And then again at the bars of the cell, or whatever, like how, I don't know how it's set up, I just know how I'm visualizing it in my mind. But basically at any point that she can, up to 3, because that's how many spell slots she has left, she casts Shatter.
Yeah. And look, Shatter has a decent radius, so like...
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So up above, you guys probably hear 3 very loud booms as stuff starts breaking down below. It probably shakes a little bit of the room as well. And once she has done that, she kind of just kneels down on the ground and is quiet for another moment. before she pulls out one of her arrows and just lays it down there. And then stands up. And then she walks back out to the others.
Probably a little bit earlier, before Anya returns, probably when Sam returns, when we hear the shattering, Bertie will kind of like his ears will flick up and he'll be like, that sounds like Anya attacking. Should we go help her? What just happened back there?
She needed some time.
I'll do inside again. Oh, he's still not doing well, but he's like, Zaf's tower. Yeah, I get it. And then he'll just be quiet until Anya returns.
When Anya comes up, which is probably about 10 minutes, so I speed read like the description of that, but she doesn't say anything, so it's hard to buff out like at 10 minutes of her basically wrecking shit up and being very quiet. But she kind of walks back up and sort of takes everyone in, and she's like, oh, you all look like shit. Sorry, no, I just mean that.
Ow!
What did you do to that? What did you do to Kira, Rovari?
Oh, I disintegrated her. I was aiming for just like an arm, but I guess she isn't as strong as she thought she was. So the whole thing just.
Good job.
Yeah, it's a messy one though. Apologies yet again, she says as she even if she's prestidigitationed, like especially herself and Bertie, because we were very goopy, there is probably still ash everywhere.
Yeah, that shit's ash. It's like glitter. It's the glitter of fucking erupting a being, you know?
Yeah, it is
True.
ash. It is metal ash. So it is
also
it is
glittery.
basically
It's fucking glitter, that's all that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna be carcinogenic. Oh boy.
Actually, you look fantastic.
It's it's glitter in a
brains.
pre-plastic society.
Danger glitter.
Tastes like iron.
Oh, it tastes like blood.
Oh, that might also be. There might be some brain in my
That
mouth
might
as
just
well.
be the blood. No, so she's like, yes, okay. Well, we can go now. And as she's saying that, she kind of removes the contacts and puts them back in their little vial. Yeah.
Want to bring
Comes
out
back
Zoot Newman?
Absolutely. And he will bring out Zoot, make him real big, and is there an obvious way to get out?
Yeah, there's a doorway.
Cool. Newman's going to slump the animated armor over Zoot. Zoot's going to like get on his belly and like help everyone up as well. And then they'll make their way home. If
And yeah, of course, Sam
stops us.
unloads a 7th level invisibility on everyone, including Zoot Zoot, so that
When we
you
get
are
close enough
unseen.
onto Zoot Suit, and we like the invisibility is being cast, we start to make our way out. Bertie leans close to Andrew's like, did you, like, when you put the context in, did you see what Newman looks like right now?
I now understand why you were being so weird, which I feel like is something that neither of us should ever unpack.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, he looks mad fucked up. Like, really messed it, like...
jacked. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Normally I'd be
Too
more
long.
weird about it than I am, but now it's weird in a different way. Ugh, it's just
There's
it's
levels
strange.
of... It's layers, you know?
layers of weirdness, which is kind of what our thing is, but like this is a bit
Well, it's Newman,
different.
so it checks.
Yeah, it's true. And he kind of like pats her on the shoulder as he does this little like laugh, and then he kind of just like holds his hand there for a moment and leans in. He's like, "Brooke."
Yeah. If for whatever reason she ever found herself there again, I didn't want her to come back to the place that she felt overtook her.
I think that's fair. I think that's good for both of you, and I think she'd appreciate it. Plus, the stuff that the freaking convocation are probably end up doing, be like, "Oh, who's gonna go clear this place out? Let's send Rook." Ha ha ha! This is a great idea. But yeah, I think you did a good thing.
I also left a piece of myself there for her to find, if she did. So she
really
knows
cute.
she's not alone.
I think she knows that. Especially considering what she was talking to you about last time. And they just like jokingly just ribs her in the side.
Yes. There will be much to talk about when we see each other next.
You did good today. Celebrate that for her, and celebrate it for yourself today.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. We got through it, so that's the important thing. So it's okay.
I'm sorry you got downed.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't the same as last time, though, in all ways, so it's fine. At least this time I'm going to bruise up, so it'll be good. I'll be able to see it. Which is better in a way. You probably get it. I think most of us do.
She kind of like vaguely gestures to her eyes, and she's like, I know.
Yeah. That's good. We got through it, and now we're just gonna see what the fuck is up next, I guess. We should probably check in with I guess we'll be checking in with the Concord, and we'll be probably checking with the Convocation as to what the hell they've been doing as well. Hopefully everything's good back in Aerothold. I can't imagine the Wizards will be too happy with everything that's been going on here, even if they've been scrambling to cover up for us. It probably wouldn't be that hard for them to figure out where it's all been coming from. But that's something to worry about later, I guess.
In a good way, in a way, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If they're scrambling, it means they're worried.
I hope so.
And they should be.
They better be worried.
Certainly a lot different from the stuffy old men that I was rude to on the path a year ago.
Yeah, that is true, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. They got killed by the eye stalk thing. It was hilarious. Can you believe I still gave them my business card? So funny.
Honestly,
I'm killing him.
Honestly, they really should have heeded the warnings.
They should have, really. People being pretty hostile to them then. And it was a good thing to learn that sometimes you shouldn't be trying to smooth over being nice to people because they might pay you money later on. But that's good to think of in reflection, I guess.
I know you probably don't quite believe it, but I know that the Bertie that I know, in his heart and in his soul, would have known what was right. Even if it had have taken you a bit to get there. And even if you did it without us. They would have had it coming for them then, too.
I'm glad you think so. It is kind of weird thinking who I'd be without any of you. Luckily, I don't have to wonder about that, and we'll be back at the Concord in no time, and then who knows?
You know you'd still be you, right? If we...
Yeah.
Having us may have helped, but... You can't... It's like magic. You can't turn one thing into another thing if that thing doesn't, in its own way, already want to be like that. I may not have the best understanding of magic, but...
No one sees this because you're invisible, but Anya, you get the magical feeling of, like, in his invisible state, Sam almost as if he's about to say something about you can't turn something into something it doesn't want to be, before immediately thinking better of it.
I don't know I obviously, probably of all of us know the least about magic, but I do know that I don't even know people that well, but what I do know of people is that they may have choices to make and they may have people to help them, but at the end of the day, whether they had people to help them or not, they still made that choice.
It's true.
You still had it within you to make the choices you did, Bertie, whether I was around to threaten you or Newman was around to gift you with platitudes or Ross was around to comfort you or even Caius was around to be something to fight for. You still made those choices.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, regardless of why I did it, I'm still me, and this is who I am now. And what I am is sitting here with my friend, looking at an obscenely buffed Tabaxi. My god!
Except you're not, because he's invisible.
I'm looking at the space where an obscenely buffed Tabaxi would be. Hopefully not close enough to hear me say
he can
this.
feel his presence.
I was gonna say, like, because of how big he is, like, Zoot Suit is big, but he's not that big when he's got, like, 5 people on him, when one of those is an insanely swole 7-foot cat man. You're probably able to, like, yeah, unless you are on the opposite end of Zoot Suit to Newman, you probably can feel him to some extent.
You're probably about 5 centimeters away from me, so just for the record, this isn't a bad thing for you. It's just a kind of a weird thing for us. Or for me, at least. Not in the way that you think it would be. Mostly.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'll, if you want, I can just stay invisible.
No way, Newman!
No.
You gotta show it off! Newman, can you imagine? I know that's not kind of your thing, I guess, but, like, you know, can you imagine how the people are gonna react when we get back to the tavern?
A little bit, yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Please stay invisible until we get back to the tavern. This takes a lot of magic to get us all invisible.
Sure, it'd be hard for you to focus, wouldn't it, Sam? Because Ross is near you, obviously. Now you gotta say that's true, right? Sam,
Ross,
be a good boy.
Ross has spent this entire time with, like, her face buried in between Sam's shoulder blades because she fucking hates flying on Zoot Zoot. And she just reaches out and just pats Sam on the shoulder and goes, "Take the L, babe. It's fine."
And eventually you get back to the tavern, and it's like, okay, once you step through the door, then you can do stuff that makes you visible again. Or I'll drop the invisibility when I'm sure everyone's in.
Righto!
Yeah, so Newman won't do anything, but he will take the suit of armor and, like, stand in the corner of the room, waiting for the spell to drop.
Okay.
Human, you
chilling out.
actual psychopath.
Is anyone causing the spell to drop on them early? So either
Anya would
attacking
when
or
she
casting a
kinda-
spell.
Oh, Anya will just cast like a little cantrip or something
Yeah.
as she walks in, just to get it off her. Get off! Get off me!
Yeah, you are visible again.
She goes to the bar and she orders a drink.
Okay. I don't know why you whispered that.
Just felt like she was quietly doing it, and others had other things that were more pressing than Anya just going and having a cheeky drink after a long day.
Okay, and Sam drops invisibility on everyone. So you become visible in the corner.
Newman takes off his hat, puts it on the robot, and then pulls his hood up, making him invisible again. And then he makes the robot do a funny dance. With his strength, he should be able to manipulate this de-animated armor. And he's wanting to make it dance, I don't know. It's like a, hello, my darling, hello, that kind of dance.
I don't know if this is the exact reference, but like I'm thinking of the little frog animation kicking
Yes.
kicking the
Yes.
legs.
Yes.
Whereas I'm thinking of the alien from Spaceballs. The duality of man.
So yeah, lots of leg kicks, lots of those rootin' tootin' mid-air heel taps, lots of that kind of stuff, and then at the very end he'll take off the hat and shimmy it left and right through the palm of the hand, and then he'll just keep on jigging until he's satisfied.
All right. I guess roll a performance check.
Ross throws a coin in the hat.
Ooh. Oh, god damn. That's nice. 21.
Anyone, that's really good. I'm looking
rolled
at your
a
modifier
19.
right now. Yeah. So yeah, people
I'd
are
like to thank Ross for all of
amused
their
and
teachings.
impressed. People are amused and impressed around you, and you know what? You get 4 silver pieces thrown into your hat from various patrons.
Oh yes.
And 1 platinum from Ross.
Amazing.
2 platinums, 1 also from Anya, who flicks it from her seat at the bar. She's sitting at the bar. She's sitting on a stool at the bar, and she flicks it. What do I do? What do I roll to get it in?
It would be a dexterity check. Actually, you can probably do it with a sleight of hand check. Falls under, flicking it, doing a coin flip across the room. It's a high difficulty, but you also have a very high modifier.
32.
32. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Should have gone with the straight dex.
Yeah. I mean, it was far enough away that, if you had failed, even with your reliable talent, you probably still would have missed. Would have gotten close, but it would have missed. But yeah, 32. That's enough to get it in the hat.
Yeah, Newman's really impressed by that. But now he wants a different kind of show, and he'll glance around the room. Are there any pretty strong people in the crowd? Buff looking.
Roll me a perception check.
Real rugged type, you know? I hate like this is a common theme with this episode and the last is it gets a really high number and then it just slowly rolls over to a very low number. So that's a 16.
Yeah, there's a few strong looking people, but no one that's incredibly like bulky. And it's probably at this moment that you feel your muscles essentially deflate as the potion runs out.
I guess Newman is starting to like...
Which also, like, is quite novel, so you get, like, some thunderous applause from the people around you as the muscles deflate.
I
and
guess,
some laughter.
Newman loses the strength to, like, manipulate the robot. The robot was attempting to pull off its own hand to throw on the ground as a request of a duel, but I guess he just doesn't have the strength for that anymore, and so the robot kind of like shuts down robot style, and like crumbles to the ground, and Newman, the hat just like floats in the air and just like levitates on the like above the ground briefly, and then Newman will retract his hood.
Okay.
And then just drag the robot to his room.
Okay. Yeah. What
Yeah,
would
very profitable.
folks like to do? If
Newman's got some tinkering to do.
Anya is quietly drinking, but people are welcome to join her.
Bertie probably also slunk over to grab a drink at the round about the same time. So he just kind of like raises his glasses like, well, Newman's not buff anymore, but still just as weird.
Yeah, well, that was bound to happen.
Ross will like walk over to the two of them, and she's bringing Sam along with her. And she's still trying to make sure no one re-brings up the bullying thing, because she doesn't want to answer that question. And she's going to be like, Sam and I can do the debrief with Promise and Yadel if you two want to just relax for a bit.
Fucking debriefs, sorry, I'm not used to them.
I know, they're the worst part of the job apart from every part of the job, but I'm used to them. We can do that.
I should probably come along and let them know I destroyed a salad. That's technically, since we have to report it. I'll finish this and we can go.
If you want, I'm just saying, like, we can tell them that, just if you two want to.
No, I feel like I should probably tell them that myself. I don't want you getting in trouble for my actions.
Oh, I don't get in trouble here. Not anymore.
Well, you get in different kinds of trouble, but...
Well, I'll say if you're going, Anya, I might hold back. There's something I need to discuss with Bertie. Just quietly. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. Nothing bad. Just
He looks from Ross to Sam and then like raises his eyebrows and is like, oh, okay, no problem.
just
We can talk, yeah, sure.
just combat strategies, close up range stuff. That's
Oh, of course, yeah.
all
close
stuff
up
that will.
range strategies. Yeah, I'm very.
Anya looks
them.
more suspicious when he brings that up. Like, she started squinting to begin with, and then when he's like, yes, combat strategies, she just like looks even more suspect at him, and she's like,
Your
right.
passive insight, Anya. Your passive insight, yeah, that's what like that is so an excuse for something else. You have no idea what he's gonna ask about, like talk to Bertie about, but it's definitely not combat. Ross, with your passive insight, no.
She's still sus, but she's just like, huh, okay. Then she's like, well, okay, that's good. Anya and I will do the meeting. You two can talk. That'll be great.
Anya, still on her bar seat, like leans over to Bertie and she's like, if you need an out, just send me a message, and I will fake an emergency on the earrings.
Is she saying this like out loud?
Yeah, but very quietly to Bertie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether you want me to do a stealth for that, or like she leans across and whispers it to him.
I think that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Betty
Keep
just nods,
reasonably
like,
quiet.
I will. Good luck.
You too. And she downs the rest of her drink and kind of pushes herself up and goes over to Ross.
Okay.
All right, well, you two have fun. And Ross like pats Bertie on the shoulder and gives Sam like a hearty slap on the shoulder blade, and then just looks at him like, sorry, and then just like loops her arm in Anya's and like walks off to go to the meeting.
Sam watches Bertie watches them do that and then just kind of just pats the seat where Anya was sitting next to him, and then turns back to his drink.
Yeah. So the two of you head off to Yadel, and do you want to run through what you discuss with her at the debrief?
Not in detail. It's just gonna be, here are all the facts about of what we did. Here's the things we killed and in what order. Here's blah 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 blah. If Jakar is in the room, Anya will notice that Ross is noticeably more tense than she normally has been during these meetings.
Anya, she probably would let Ross do the entire explanation, like would not have any input whatsoever. And then at the end, she'd be like, oh yeah, and when we went, we teleported out, we went to Zach's tower, and I destroyed probably the structural integrity of the place, but also the dungeon, specifically where they kept prisoners, for personal reasons. So that accountability is on me. However, I do not care.
All right. That is completely understandable. I don't know how to respond to that.
Not many people do with Anya.
No.
Ross says that and then like looks over at Anya in like a way where Anya can, like, she gives Anya's arm a squeeze as if being like, haha.
Well, Anya knows. Anya knows that, like, even just by Rivari openly saying that, Anya's like, yeah, she knows.
All I'll say is that it has long been excavated of any potential resources, so at least it's not a hazard to any potential Concord members bringing stuff out.
Oh, that's why I'm reporting it, is
yes,
if for whatever reason you go back, it may be unsafe.
Of course. Yes. I don't think we will need to go back now. But
okay.
I thank you for making a report.
Good. I also did not want Rivari to get in trouble if it was the quote-unquote wrong thing to do. By your standards.
We are a guerrilla resistance movement. As long as it doesn't kill any of our own, it's fine.
You say that now, but
or innocence, or basically, if it fucks up the wizards, it's okay as long as no one gets caught in the crossfire.
Are we talking to Promise or Yadel right now?
Yadel.
Yeah.
So both are there. Drakkar is not.
Anya kind of leans forward at that, and she's like, and that's also wherein lies the problem. Because if there are no limits, then what is the limit? You know? Anyway, we've made our report. Job done.
Yes.
I don't come to these often for good reason.
And
Newman will probably chime in at this point over the earring and say, you guys are probably having a debrief. That's usually what happens. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Sorry I'm not there, but could someone maybe mention that there's a whole bunch of really advanced robots that have been ripped open so that anyone who wants to salvage them can access them? That'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
we have one more thing to add on to our report, and then Ross will relay that information to
Okay.
the both
You
of
guys are the
them.
best.
And Ross will also be like, also, this is not necessary for right now, but if our group could be briefed with what the goings-on are in Erethold and specifically Durham with the convocation attacking the tower
Of course.
containing the phylactery, that would be really good for us to know, because
Yes.
if I check the little list I keep in my brain, we have one stop left on this journey, and we kind of need the fail-safes gone.
Yes. We are waiting for one final update tonight, as they are about to make their own push in. Just strange with the time differences, to understand.
Of course. Thank you. Let us know as soon as there is any outcome.
We will make sure to. Now, you best rest up.
Yes. We have a lot to do still.
Should we reach out to Uruk and the Ganassi, or do you anticipate this being still a few days left?
We still want to do some sort of mission to get our friend back before we make our final push. It would probably help for Rook to be there, but I think that should be a smaller mission. So we can get in, get him out,
Yes.
come back, regroup, and then go.
All right.
But I also know Rook's busy, so we'll see. If we do things right, we may not even need her skills.
Yes.
Rovari. Rook doesn't know about Caius.
Then there is no need to contact Rook.
Of course. We'll see what resources we can. We'll see what resources we can spare. Should things go sour, so that you can maybe reach out to her in an emergency. But of course, otherwise, I understand that things can be a bit delicate with stealth missions.
Yes. Well, we'll let you know what our plans are going to be for that inevitable infiltration mission, and you let us know what's happening with Durham. And
Will do.
we'll all be happy campers. Thank you, Yadel. Promise. For your time.
Thank you.
Anya just nods at them. And then as, they're leaving together, Anya kind of leans across to Ross and she's like, I'm starting to think that it was actually worse for me to relay the news of me. I feel like that probably got you in trouble more.
No,
If you would have gotten in trouble.
Anya. They like you.
Huh.
They understand your reasoning. And it's Zath's tower. They don't care. If anything, they probably admire your spirit.
I am not used to the company you keep, Ravari.
Well,
That's
you
not
should be.
a
You're the
bad
company
thing.
I keep.
I mean broader than a weird little family. You know that.
I do.
Speaking of the company Ross keeps, back in the bar.
So, what's your drink of choice, boy?
Generally a whiskey.
Okay, whiskey, please.
Oh, thank you. Question.
Mm-hmm.
That mansion smell of yours. How flexible is that? Because I've seen versions of it before, or at least described. And some mages have a great deal of flexibility over it each time it is cast.
Yeah, I mean,
I
kind of configured it based off my house plan with a bit of tweaks from me and But what sort of flexibility are you looking for, Sam? And he raises his eyebrows.
Nothing too extravagant. I was wondering if it would be possible to maybe reroute things in a way so that there might be a sectioned off so that I could maybe do for Ross what you did for Caius. And it would be free from Newman's prying eyes and ears and paws.
So probably at about this point, the barman probably delivers the whiskey, but he just grabs it, takes a swig of it, and slides it across to Sam. He's like, okay, I'm listening. I could definitely try and sort something out for you. Absolutely. That's exciting. I gotta
For audio
actually,
listeners,
Sam,
Zoe has dropped
Zoe just died.
to the bottom of her frame.
She ceased living. So, but he kind of like leans his chin on one of his hands. He's like, I could definitely sort something out for you. I gotta say, I've been noticing the two of you are a little bit awkward around each other, which I only noticed because I'm a very awkward person. And I kind of get the feeling, I mean, this doesn't really prove anything because of the person I am, but I get a lot of vibes from you two that I got from Caius. Specifically in the terms that, like, he's only ever been in one relationship before, and that was an interesting one. And I can at least see with Ross, she's a little bit not sure what to do, what she's meant to do, I guess, instead of what she feels like she should do. Is that the same for you? Have you been in relationships before, Sam? Ross would have never known. I kind of got the vibe that you probably were a bard, so you know. But
Not relationships per se,
yeah, I get
but
you. I definitely get you. If anything you're implying, I've definitely done that and more, so you know.
I saw how you were interacting with that rod. You.
Oh, well. Yeah, you know, I've been around for a bit, and for me it was, it's a lot of things. It's fun for me, but you know, it's different now. So, yeah.
Mhm.
And for me, you know, some of that was part of my business and all that, you know, but it's different now. I got someone, so yeah. But I get you. I'm not really used to relationships before either. Most of mine didn't last for a long time, so yeah. Basically, anyway, long story short, I get you. What sort of setting do you want for you and Ross? That also includes an elaborately constructed labyrinth where Newman cannot get in. Which will be difficult to think of in a short amount of time, but I reckon I can do it.
I don't think labyrinth is the right route for keeping Newman out.
Actually, yeah, true.
Like, I think he is more intelligent than anything. Like, he is intelligent enough to thwart any sort of puzzle that the combined minds of the rest of us could figure out.
Which is crazy, but you know, you're gonna need to know this if you're gonna end up maybe like living with Ross and a housemate, which also includes Newman. This is crazy because he pretty much involves mayonnaise in like every bit of his cooking. So, you know, big brain, but you know, that's just what happens with him. So, you're gonna learn that. Ross seems pretty sold on you meeting her whole crew properly after this is all done. So, you know, I think it'll be nice for you, for both of you. But I can definitely sort something out.
I think some sort of non-mechanical lock that can't be picked from the outside.
I can do that.
And maybe making sure that there's a trampoline room that he can access without going through the dining room.
But he is kind of like...
that was what he was obsessed with last time, seemingly.
Really? Oh yeah, Ross mentioned something about a trampoline. Huh, I didn't know. I wasn't really... Yeah. Okay. And he's like, he's used the cantrip, which is like the Great Business Card cantrip, and he's like gotten a little pen out from his hip purse. He's like writing down little notes on the business card, on the back of it. He's like, okay, I can figure something out. And what kind of my magic's got pretty much anything, but I can kind of tweak a little bit if you've got a particular setting that you'd like for Ross.
I think the dining room as it is should be fine. Just maybe make sure that it's a nice meal.
Okay. Did you all have a meal that you enjoyed together back when you were at university, or it was Navora? So I don't know anything about food that's good in Navora.
Zoe, this is backstory stuff.
Oh God.
You would be the one who would know this.
I assume they were in Navora, which is like fantasy Europe. I would assume it was something weird, like, I've never been to Europe, so I would assume it's something like some European, like French street food, potentially, that they could get in bulk for very cheap. So they probably got that a lot, and Ross probably assumed Sam really liked the food. Sam was probably trying to spend more time with Ross, and she was just oblivious. That's probably the vibe.
I just Googled French street food as just a quick way of getting stuff along those lines up. So stuff along the lines of Parmesan truffle fries, French crepes,
oh, that'd be so good. I'm hungry now.
Pain au chocolat.
Yeah, so when are we doing a half cooking day and just recreating all Sam's favorites? Because I'm in. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I want it. Bertie is
So,
writing
yeah.
down little notes.
Yeah. So maybe starting out with some crepes and Parmesan truffle fries, and then some pain au chocolat for dessert.
Okay, I think I've had some of these. I grew up in I used to cook more pub food and stuff like that, but I think I've seen some of them. I got a big cooking book for me and Caius a while back. Okay, cool.
I mean,
and he starts making notes.
Bertie's a pastry aficionado. He knows
Yeah.
pain au chocolat.
He would definitely know that, and that is one of my favorites, actually. Cool. Okay, I like that. Dinner. All right, I'll sort that out. I'll have that created. How long do you want?
I hadn't thought that far.
Oh, I think that's fair. Well, good luck, Sam. I will probably take about an hour to get some plans ready, and it's been a while since I've made this spell, so I'll be able to do it. I just gotta get the adjustments sorted out. So I'll give you an hour to get yourself all prepped, and then freshen yourself up, and then I'll get everyone to come and have a fun sleepover in my room. Ha ha ha.
Right. Thank you, Bertie.
No problem. Oh, also, is there any kind of object or something like that means something about you and Ross?
The thing that comes to mind is, and I'm trying to think what it was. There was a card or a drawing or stuff that he used to basically prove that he was himself.
Yeah, they have matching cards they've given each other for opening nights that they carry around, like fucking nerds.
That's right. Was it
And
both of Ross, or was one of Ross and one of Sam? I can't remember. It was both of Ross.
One is the one Ross has, which is from Sam, is a very beautifully rendered, lovingly done drawing of Ross as the character she was in that play. And Sam's one is a very crude, poorly done, because Ross is a bad artist, version of Sam with his college haircut, which was like a little short back and sides. And a little tiny little triangle face Ross in the corner going, "You can do it." That's his card.
So he shows his card, and he uses minor illusion to show Ross's card.
That's really cute. I like that. That's a nice thing for you two. Okay, I've got an idea. So keep those things in mind. When you see them, you'll know.
Thank you, Bertie. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
See you next week, everyone.
See you next time.
Sorry for listening.
Sorry for
Goodbye.
listening.
Hello?
It's you again, Zoe.
Is this thing on?
Oh.
Hello? Ah!
No, that was just Laura thinking that your RP was tech issues.
Yeah, which to be fair, said it was laggy. Yeah. Sorry.
Welcome to D&D over Zoom, everyone. This is just what happens.
Yeah.
I'll redo that.
Sorry about
And
that.
There you go, Darby. There's your stinger for free, but I'll redo that.